The story of Winston Churchill is not just a tale of the past, it is a lesson for the present and a warning for the future. In the words he used to rally a nation, we find inspiration for our own challenges. Never give up. Welcome to Icons of History, where we dive deep into the past to uncover the stories of the individuals who shaped our world. From great leaders to visionaries who changed the course of humanity, here we bring you the tales of the icons who left an indelible mark on the pages of history. In the pantheon of 20th century leaders, one figure stands as a colossus of democracy, warfare, and statesmanship. His name echoes through time: Winston Leonard Spencer Churchill. Born into privilege in 1874 at Blenheim Palace, Churchill's early life seemed to foreshadow his destiny. A rebellious student but gifted with words, he sought adventure as a war correspondent and soldier, writing dispatches from Cuba, India, Sudan, and South Africa. His daring escape from a Boer prison camp in 1899 catapulted him to fame. But this was merely the prelude to a life that would reshape the world. During the First World War, after the disastrous Gallipoli campaign he helped plan, Churchill served on the Western Front, commanding a battalion in the trenches. This experience would prove invaluable decades later when facing an even greater threat. Through the 1930s, Churchill stood almost alone, his voice crying out against the rising tide of Nazi Germany. While others sought appeasement, he saw the storm clouds gathering. "I have watched this famous island descending incontinently, fecklessly, the stairway which leads to a dark gulf," he warned. When appeasement failed and Nazi tanks rolled across Europe, Britain turned to the man they had once dismissed. When appeasement failed and Nazi tanks rolled across Europe, Britain turned to the man they had once dismissed. On May 10, 1940, as German forces swept through France, Churchill became prime minister. His finest hour had arrived. As German bombs rained down on British cities, Churchill's words became weapons of hope and defiance. "We shall fight on the beaches, we shall fight on the landing grounds, we shall fight in the fields and in the streets, we shall fight in the hills, we shall never surrender." During the Battle of Britain, when the Royal Air Force stood alone against the Luftwaffe, Churchill immortalized their sacrifice. Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few. As the war progressed, Churchill proved himself not just a wartime leader, but a master of coalition building. His relationship with Franklin Roosevelt helped forge the special relationship between Britain and America that endures today. After the war, Churchill was among the first to recognize the new threat of Soviet expansion. His 1946 Iron Curtain speech in Fulton, Missouri, defined the Cold War era before it had truly begun. But Churchill was more than a warrior and statesman. He was a Renaissance man, a painter who completed over 500 canvases, an author who won the Nobel Prize for Literature, and a visionary who foresaw the need for European unity. Today, his legacy lives on in countless ways. The Churchill War Rooms in London stand as a testament to his leadership during Britain's darkest hour. His speeches are studied by leaders and orators worldwide. His influence extends far beyond his time. Modern politicians still quote him, invoke his spirit, and seek to wrap themselves in his mantle. The principles he fought for, democracy, individual liberty, and resistance to tyranny, remain as relevant as ever. Even in death, Churchill's shadow looms large over British politics. During the Brexit debates, both sides claimed his legacy, some citing his defense of British sovereignty, others his support for European cooperation. When Churchill died in 1965, the world mourned. His state funeral was one of the largest in history, attended by representatives from 112 nations. The cranes of London's docklands bowed in salute as his coffin passed on the River Thames. Today, his statue stands in Parliament Square, facing the House of Commons where he served for over 6 decades. But his true monument is not bronze or stone. It is the free world he helped preserve. Churchill was not perfect. His views on empire and race reflect his Victorian upbringing. He made military mistakes that cost lives. But in democracy's darkest hour, when civilization itself hung in the balance, he was the right man at the right moment. His legacy teaches us that one person's courage and conviction can change the course of history. That democracy, though imperfect, is worth fighting for. That in our darkest hours, leadership matters. As Churchill himself said, "History will be kind to me, for I intend to write it." But history has been kind to Churchill not because he wrote it, but because when faced with humanity's greatest crisis, he rose to meet it with courage, determination, and an unwavering faith in the ultimate triumph of human freedom. In our own turbulent times, with democracy again under threat and authoritarianism on the rise, Churchill's legacy reminds us that the price of freedom is eternal vigilance, and that some principles are worth fighting for, no matter the cost. The story of Winston Churchill is not just a tale of the past, it is a lesson for the present and a warning for the future. In the words he used to rally a nation, we find inspiration for our own challenges. Never give up, never give up, never give up. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time with icons of history. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. See you next time as we explore more icons who made history.